Hi everybody, I am Chandru from Peru Technologies Chennai, MVC Using computer concept YouTube channel, we often provide some more technology reviews and technology concept, especially MVC and SQL concept. Through this video, now we are going to explore some of the one of the concepts most often used by some web technologies. That is how to save and retrieve images to SQL Database using Microsoft MVC. This is a demo video, and it will certainly help for IT fresh candidates to learn how to do that concept. If you are already watched our video series, there are so many concepts I explained using computer concept YouTube channel, especially how to create a cascading DDA drop-down list and how to in MVC SQL using MVC SQL. Like one, this also going to explain how to retrieve images. This is more often used concept because every every application, web application needs to store employee details. Like for example, employee data need to store employee details. Or if you are going to provide what do you mean purchase or maybe the stationaries. Every commercial application require to save and retrieve images in the database. All of the commercial applications nowadays require. So that's why we are taking the concept now, how to save and retrieve images. If you like the video, please share and subscribe to our channel also. Now we are going to the video how to save and retrieve images to SQL Database. Okay, before going to do the live project demo, every coding related to this project, in this description you can find the coding. You can copy and paste your development environment and test it. Say fresher, I always told to you, it is best practice not to copy and paste. You have to type one. Then only the typographical errors may be minded up. And these are the steps to go to create that project. First one is create a database, all we know, from the table in SQL Server. The people who watched our before series of videos know very well how to install the database and how to install the Microsoft SQL Server Explorer, as well as how to create a database including table also. So I am not going to once again deeper and again explain the same concept. If you need further help, my number is here, WhatsApp, and my email is there. You can contact us anytime. I am ready to explain you for your fresher as a set of freshers what is what. Okay, how to create a database and how to create a table in SQL Server, the first step. The next one is how to create a model. I already told when explaining the cascading drop-down list. The same concept is applying here also. The same database also used here also. How to create the model using entity framework using Visual Studio. And for third step, creating controller using Visual Studio. How to create controller, you know well if you are watching our previous series of videos. That's not a great matter. You can I will not deeply explain here. I will touch and everything once again I will explain on the create view to search images, create folder for store. In the images, before going to learn about it, I have to mention something. You can store images in two ways in a web application. First one is to create folder in your root directory of the web application and store the images in any folder. Okay, you can create one folder in your root directory, and when user upload the photos or images, it can be stored on the root folder, root directory. This is one concept. As well as this is best practice to store the images in the SQL database. Why we have to store the image in SQL database in binary format? We can store large size of images in binary format. If you blindly store the images in root folder, some of the problem you may arise is the space. It will occupy once the organization grows and the application grows, when the user grows, it will automatically increase the photos or images of the size. It automatically increase the folder size. So then one fine morning it will require more space. To avoid such the problems, we have to store it and retrieve it from database. In database, the images are stored as a binary format. Okay, especially in data type, once your binary max, that is in data type, specialized data type to store it, like integer, to store the number, numeric to store the string. This is the var binary to store images. That's all. And fifth one, create view to retrieve and list the images to your data. For example, if we are going to, here in this demo example, I am going to build an employee master along with the employees other tables like first name, last name, email, phone number. We are also going to store the respective employees images. And in the images, we have to store one model. Using the one model, we have to store, and using another one view, we have to retrieve and display the whole data. Okay. Finally, we are going to test the application in real time. As you know about the prerequisites for this development requirement is SQL Server 2008 or greater version we require, as well as Visual Studio 2010 or newer version 2011. In this demo, I am using them. I used 2015. Target your fresh IT candidates. Okay, as the fresh IT candidates, if you have any doubts regarding this MVC and SQL concept, you can make a query using WhatsApp, email. I am ready to explain the particular concept. Okay. Next, I am moving to next step. Okay. Step, there is already we know how to create the database, how to create the table. Okay, I just snapshot. Once again, I don't want to deeper to explain the same process again and again. All you know how to explore the Microsoft install and open the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio as well as SQL Server. Using the Management Studio, right to the database node, and you can create the database name. I am using here Demo DB database, and I created here already several tables, city name, country name. These are not relevant to this project. These are not relevant to this project. The only one table, sample env_mst is the table that relevant to this project. And the structure is, I don't want to explain. I meant to, you know, the integer data type and numeric for string. First name, last name, blah blah, email, mobile. Okay, everything fine. And all you know, if you watch our previous video, how to increment the primary key, like how to set the primary key, as well as how to increment, make the increment, auto increment. All I already explained. So that's why in the first EMB underscore ID is the primary key of the table. It is an integer data type. And the next one thing, the photo binary here, what I am trying to say, you have to note down the photo binary column where binary max. And this is the new data type that store the data in 10 binary format. And photo part is also another care. You have to differentiate and to differentiate from two things. I also developed two in model Visual Studio method. I developed two different kind of method. One is to get to store photo in binary format. Another one method is to store the path of the photo, as well as the same time using the two buttons. One is dedicated to input the photo to server folder. Another one button is dedicated to input the photo to SQL server. Okay, let's continue. So what here you have to notify is the photo binary, binary max column. Photo path is ordinary inverted column. So in the photo path, nothing but the folder name will be stored. The root directory of your application. Okay. Before going to do so, you have to create, right click the root directory in Visual Studio and create any name folder. For the sake of demo, I create IMG folder. I will explain. Okay. Now the database point of view, this step. And next step, creating model. So we finished the database creation, table and everything. Okay, data type. Now we are going to create a model. All you know how to create the model by using our previous model. If you don't, if you have no idea about how to create any framework models, once again you go to the web series, demo series. You may find it. How to create using how to create cascading drop-down list. From that concept explanation video, you can find everything. Okay, once again I don't want to explain everything. Here, right click the Visual Studio, open the Visual Studio, and go to the Solution Explorer, and go to the here creating model. And just right click the model and add. Choose the add menu from the menu, and choose the add, and from the pop-up menu choose the new item. It will start like steps. You have to choose left hand side the data. Don't forget, in Visual C#, we are using Visual C#, so choose the Visual C#. If you are using Visual any other language like VB.NET, you have to use VB, Visual Basic. Here Visual C#, and after that you have to choose the data left hand side, and right hand side you have to choose the ADU.NET NDT data model. So all you know, the Visual Studio automatically given one name for this model 1 as model 1. You can change it or leave as it is. It is not big problem. But the real time you have to change it of your own. Add it, and then next on this side, I already told in MVC there are 4 kind of different way to handling data. And the first one is database first, and the code first, and the entity model first. So I don't want to go to the deeper section. We already created the database and the tables, so I choose the first one, database first model. So this is the database first, and because we already created. Okay. If you are not created anything, you can use the code first model. That is very tedious to do as a fresher. That is an unwanted thing. So many organizations nowadays use only the database first model. Some of the time, very rare time only, use the code model. I don't want to explain the differences. I can here. So here, first option is the database first model. one step, it will ask connection string. The connection string is always stored in web configuration file, all we know. You have to get the connection string from the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. You just copy the server name. Here my server name is Chandru PC/SQL Express. Just paste it, and I already differentiate in my previous session what is the Windows authentication and what is the SQL Server authentication. You have to differentiate. Just to choose the SQL authentication, and the SCA is my username, password, and just give the password and the save password. After clicking the next one drop down list, it will everything okay, your password will be everything okay. It will give the database available under the SCA credentials. I already know DemoDB is our database, so I choose that and test the connection. The test connection is success. After that, the connection string will be created. It will explore some another all the table available under the database. If you are going to multiple tables, then you have to pick the checkbox what are the table you are going to work, or otherwise now we are going to work only the employee EMP master. So just I add only the database. In final below that DemoDB model 1 is the name. It means we are going to create one entity set, entity framework. It will automatically create DemoDB entities. Next, click the finish button. It will automatically